to the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation. GHKLL on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. It's Wednesday, June 23rd. Welcome to the National Outlook. Last week, the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security had cause to share something with Guyanese. It was in the Tuesday edition of Kaieteur newspaper last week, June 15. Suicide is not the way out, ministry reminds. Says more counseling and support services to be made available. Good. You've heard me, you may have read me write and say on this program that Minister Vindhya Prasad is an exception, and I salute her. She keeps doing what is good for this country, what is needed, what is helpful, and I say I applaud her. You know, let's get this straight. For a while, and for a long while, suicide was the way out. It's never the way out. I agree with the ministry. And I agree with any sensible person who says that. It's the easy way out, but it leaves behind a lot of hardship for the survivors who are traumatized, who are stigmatized, because there is a dark side to suicide, and the survivors have to live with it. You know, it will never, unfortunately, and I regret saying this, it will never disappear, but it never should be an option also to take one's life in one's own hands by whatever means it is, poison, a rope, a weapon. It's not right. It's not helpful. Before we reach this stage, they should be seeking help. Speak to someone, and that's what the ministry is saying. More counseling and support will be made available. So there's an investigation going on to the incident involving the teenager Sarah Narayan, and we really hope that the real truth will come out of this. But the story is, I really feel badly that we have to talk about suicide again. It's very, very low ebb right now, but every time we have one, it's one life wasted. So I say to my young people, my young brethren, I say to my older one, I say to my peers, regardless of, excuse me, how dark the day is, how much the walls seem to be closing in, how much alone we may seem to be, that there is hope. There are friends, there are those who care, there is official help through the ministry, some now, more later. There is God, there's always God. And regardless of your religious persuasion, I say reach for all these support structures that are in place, that there are people who are willing to listen, to give a shoulder to cry on, to hear, and to help in some way. It may not be expert, but you know what? It's not about suicide. It's not to go down that way. Life is about fighting. No matter how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times we get up. And let's make sure we always do get up. All of us, especially the weaker ones. We, the stronger ones, have to be there for the weaker ones. Until tomorrow, GHKLL on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Thank you for joining me on the National Outlook.